Let's talk about something most people are too scared to confront: the art of being alone. You see, solitude isn't a curse, it's a weapon. It's in the quiet moments, when the world isn't watching, that you get to truly understand what you're made of. While everyone else is chasing validation, hiding behind the noise of constant companionship, you're mastering something they'll never touch: the power of being alone. Being alone isn't about isolation. It's about clarity. In solitude, there's no one to distract you, no one to blame. It's just you, raw and unfiltered. That's when you start to strip away all the lies you've been telling yourself. You see, in the silence, there's no hiding from your flaws, your fears, your weaknesses. You can't escape the truth. But here's the twist. Those flaws, those fears, they're not there to break you. They're there to teach you. They're there to help you build something stronger. Most people think being alone is something to be avoided, like it's some kind of weakness. But solitude is where the real work happens. It's where you confront your demons, where you tear yourself down to the core, brick by brick, and rebuild yourself into something indestructible. This isn't about surviving the silence, it's about thriving in it. When you're alone, you don't have the luxury of leaning on someone else. No one's there to pat you on the back or tell you it's going to be okay. It's just you and your mind. And that's where the war is fought. If you can't conquer your own thoughts, how can you conquer the world? You see, the art of being alone is learning to rely on no one but yourself. It's understanding that, at the end of the day, it's not about who's with you. It's about who you are when no one's around. There's a fierce independence that comes from standing alone, knowing that every victory, every defeat is yours and yours alone. That's where true power comes from. People surround themselves with others because they're scared of what they'll find in the silence. But not you. You're different. You don't need the noise. You don't need the applause. In fact, you thrive in the silence. You understand that the only voice that matters is the one in your head. And you've trained it to be your greatest ally, not your worst enemy. When you master the art of being alone, you master yourself. There's a focus, a discipline that comes with solitude that most people can't even fathom. While they're looking for someone to tell them what to do, you're out here creating your own path. You're sharpening your mind, your body, your spirit, because you know that, in the end, it's just you versus you. Here's the truth. Solitude isn't loneliness. Loneliness is for those who can't handle their own company, for the weak who need others to drown out the sound of their insecurities. But you've turned that solitude into a weapon, into a source of strength. You've learned that in the stillness, in the quiet, is where the real battles are fought. And when you emerge from that, there's nothing that can stop you. The art of being alone is about control. Control over your mind, your emotions, your destiny. When you can sit in the silence, when you can embrace the darkness and make it your own, you become unstoppable. You no longer need the validation of others. You've proven to yourself, in the depths of your solitude, that you are enough. So when the world tries to tell you that you need a team, that you need others to succeed, you laugh. You laugh because you know the truth. The only person you need is the one staring back at you in the mirror. That's the person who's going to push you when no one else will. That's the person who's going to get you to the finish line when everyone else has given up. The art of being alone isn't about enduring. It's about mastering. Mastering the silence, the darkness, the fear. It's about turning solitude into a source of power so strong that no obstacle, no challenge, no enemy can break you. When you've learned to stand alone, to be alone, You realize that nothing in this world can stop you, because you face the hardest battles in the silence of your own mind. And if you can survive that, you can survive anything. This is the art of being alone. And when you've mastered it, the world will be at your feet.